was scared this wasn't gonna work. And we are live. First ever live stream with the MMA Husky Hustler. We're a little bit late. We got it all figured out. Everything under control. MMA Husky Hustler, how are you doing?
G'day, mate. Pretty good here on a sunny Saturday morning in Brisbane, Australia. Time difference a little different there in Canada, obviously, but
yeah, it's 8 o'clock here. What time is it there? 8 o'clock p.m.
It's about 9:15 in the morning.
Saturday morning for you.
Saturday
you ready for the
morning,
fights?
Mate. Ready
so what
for
time
the
are the fights for you?
Fights will be tomorrow morning around 8 a.m.
So you're going to go to bed again, wake up, get ready to collect the bag.
That's it.
You got some locked plays, I heard. You're locked in.
Yeah, I have a couple of interesting plays to share with everyone. We seem to be pretty much aligned with our picks this week, which is good. Hopefully that means that, hey, we're all going to hit on each one of them.
Let's go. Let's smack them. Started off with the main card here. The props, not the main card, the prelims. That's where it starts. Navajo Sterling, round 2 KO, plus 425 is my most confident prelim prop. There's a lot of fights on the prelims, but there's one fight that I'm very confident in. It's Navajo Sterling for the win. Round 2 is when he will finish that fight. Round 1, feeling out process. But into round 2, I expect him to get the finish. I do have a round 3 KO bet as well. But I'm thinking it's going to be round 2. I'm pretty confident in that. Great value. The guy he's fighting, Urslan, he's going to be able to compete for like 5 minutes. After that, he's going to fall off a cliff, run out of gas, get finished. Navajo Sterling's too technical. Way better IQ. He's on the rise, undefeated. I don't see how this goes wrong. What do you think, MMA Husky Hustler?
I like this read, mate. I'm actually a little jealous that you picked it. I was looking at the round 2-3 KO. It's paying around $3.40. And it's only just been confirmed after the weigh-ins. Navajo looked absolutely ripped and ready for this fight. So
he does look ready.
Should be a good one. Obviously, coming from City Kickboxing, we all know that they have good stand-up there. In his last match, went to decision, but bit of octagon time isn't all necessarily a bad thing for some of the young fighters, getting a bit of exposure under those lights. And I think he's ready to put on a show.
100%. And now, what do you got cooking on the prelims?
Yeah, just looking at the prelims as a whole, not a lot of plays that really stood out that I was really confident on, but probably the biggest read for this one for me is the fact that you've got Brad Katona going the distance in his last 8 fights. And you've got Bazarat coming in. He's a little bit more technical, I would feel. I think we've got a decision incoming straight away off the card. So it's pretty good odds. I think it was around, as you said, $2.40 there. So not a bad play to kick off the card.
Not a bad play. Katona, he's hard to finish, isn't he?
Very hard to finish, and that's why I think we've got a decision incoming.
Yeah, and he's definitely beatable. So this is a great play. Bexat, Al Makan. I might put a little sprinkle on this one. Husky, man. Like, I know I'm picking Brad Katona as the official pick, but he likely gets outclassed here. Beksat Almakhan looked really good. Like, that's a understatement versus Umar Nurmagomedov. So he should win this fight. Maybe it's a decision, steals it in front of the Canadian fans. But this is a confident pick for you. I want money on it in Montreal.
If you want to be a little sneaky, you do the plus 3.5. You steal that round. If you feel Brad's, going to put on a show in front of his Canadian fans.
Since he's my pick, I do think he will steal a round, maybe 2. He could even win the decision. I don't know, right? My pick is Brad Katona by a decision, but I definitely feel like this fight is bound to go 15 minutes. So we both can agree on that. Beksat Almakhan decision or Brad Katona decision is the play here. And you're going to double up with the Beksat Almakhan decision prop, and he is the favorite. And he looked really good versus Umar Nurmagomedov. So how can you fade this guy? I'm Canadian, so I'm biased. I'm going to fade him. But if you're not Canadian, how are you going against him? Right? Maybe I'm wrong. But if you're not Canadian, how are you picking against Beksat Almakhan? Pretty good prop from you, MMA Husky Hustler, to start it off on these prelims. I like that one. It's sharp, I would say. Now on the main card, please tell me this is sharp. Amin Zahabi fighting in Canada versus someone that's on the decline. He's starting to slow down. He doesn't have power behind those punches to knock out a guy like Amin Zahabi. Defensively sound, technical striker. I think he does enough in the striking department to get this win by a decision. I got it at 360. Go around the world with that one, but you can get it at 325. What do you think, Husky? Does it have a chance?
Once again, I'm a little jealous because that's probably what I would have picked. Just doing my due diligence with some of the tape and some of the statistics. Obviously, we know Jose Aldo is not going to be taken down. I think he's got a percentage of like 98% takedown defense. And if Marab's not taking you down, I highly doubt Zahabi's going to be doing that.
Hell no.
But one of the things that stands out in this fight is obviously there's a lot more output from Zahabi. He's averaging around 14.85 strikes per minute, which is considerably high, and he lands at a 73% accuracy. So yeah. I feel this fight's going to be a matter of moments over minutes. I think being in Canada, Zahabi's got something to prove. You're going to have the crowd behind him. If Aldo starts getting a couple of clean shots, has those moments, he'll probably look to go into sort of dirty boxing, getting him up against the cage, take him out of his rhythm, reset, and get back into it. So, yeah, it's a good fight. I anticipate it will go the distance. Obviously, after weigh-ins as well, little shenanigans going on there by Jose Aldo. He wasn't going to make weight, whereas Zahabi was making weight. They actually told
that
him to
surprised
stop
me.
it. Yeah, and look, Jose Aldo, obviously a seasoned veteran, bit of a surprise going on there. So you got to think, is there something going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of? Was it a bad weight cut? Is it that Father Time's finally catching up to him a little? Because he's always been very professional in his weight cuts. But then they said, let's do the catch weight. Couldn't even make the catch weight. So
no way.
That just screams to me, local guy, Zahabi in Canada, Montreal, let's go.
And the bookies respect it too. The line movement, like the decision prop, it moved pretty significantly. So the bookies are on to something. I think the money line went down as well. He has to be one of the best underdogs on the card, being from Canada. And given the fact that a lot of cappers are against him, the more favorable pick, the more favorable fighter by the fans will be Jose Aldo. But I don't think the value is on that side, unfortunately, in this fight. I know in his return, he was my dog of the week, cashed in big when he returned to the UFC. He got the win. But in this fight here, Zahabi, he has a good training facility in Canada. His coach is going to have a game plan to get this win. I like the decision prop. Now we got your main card prop. Let's get this money, Husky Hustler in Montreal. And you're
Yeah,
picking
so
against me again.
again, oh,
Again,
okay.
man. I thought we were
Here you
going to
go.
align.
Well, even the clock's right twice a day, mate. So who knows? 50-50 each way. But I'm just seeing Natalia Silva. The odds aren't too bad for the decision. I think it's her time. Obviously, it's a step up in competition. But if you look at Alexa Grasso, who she fought in the last 2 to 3
Former
fights,
champ.
former champ. What happens when you're just studying one particular fighter? You lose track of what other people are doing.
That is
So,
right. That is a very, very good statement. I like that.
so when I look at this, I struggle to see Alexa Grasso getting a wrestling going against Natalia Silva. I think that Natalia's going to have the edge there, and predominantly it should be a stand-up affair. Look, Natalia's got a takedown defense of 91%. Like it is quite high.
Fuck.
And that's for that reason alone. Because look, you could flip a coin for that, but I see the younger fighter. I see Alexa Grosso coming off, obviously losing the belt, fighting the same person. Is the passion and fire still there compared to the person that's climbing the ranks? And for that reason, that's why I've gone with Natalia Silva in this fight.
Yeah, so you made a good point. Grasso's been focused on Valentina Shevchenko. Now she's fighting a young, hungry girl. Fans behind her. I would say the UFC is behind her as well. She probably gets it done on the judges' scorecards. But I'm against you on the pick. That's all right. Alexa Grasso, former champion. I got to put a little bit, like not much, right? Respect on her name. Takedowns could be live. Natalia Silva, untested. We just don't know if she can beat like these high caliber fighters. Would you say Alexa Grasso is a high caliber fighter in this women's division?
I would say yes.
Yeah, she was just a former champion. So if this is a fight that Natalia Silva can win, like we are looking at the soon to be champion, I would say. Natalia Silva is getting gold around her waist if she can win this fight. Just win it.
She's definitely in the mix. Yeah.
100%.
Another factor I like to look at as well when you've got Natalia Silva is a very pretty lady. Now, no disrespect to Alexa Grasso.
I'm single.
But the judges like the pretty ladies and the posters like the pretty ladies. So if it comes down to a close sort of split decision, UFC wants who's going to sell more tickets and get bums on seats. And
that is true.
Natalia Silva is going to do that.
See, I thought like Alexa Grasso would have the Mexican fighting spirit. She would walk forward, maybe mix in a couple takedowns. She has the championship round experience. So round 3, she's going to have more gas, be more active. It's a really close fight. It's a great fight.
Yeah, look, if it was a 5-round fight, I may change my opinion. But with the 3 rounds, I think Natalia's got it.
Yeah, that's a big difference, eh? 25 minutes to 15. So Alexa Grasso is going to have to work, and she's going to have to get after it. She's a pretty big underdog. Bookies aren't respecting her. I can't believe I didn't switch my pick to Natalia Silva, but I'm sticking with it. I'm not changing anything up. Parlays, though, I'm thinking about Natalia Silva by a decision. You got me convinced. You got me convinced, buddy. Now, the value prop. I got to take a hedge bet on Bilal Muhammad. I got to. I've never been sold on Bilal Muhammad. Now, Jack Della Maddalena has the striking, and he could get his 5th knockout in round 2, and that would make Bilal Muhammad improve to 5-2 by knockout. So the numbers work out here. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. As a hedge bet at 13-1, though, there's a ton of value here. After round 1, the feeling out process, Jack Della Maddalena could land that shot. He can stop the takedowns if he's trained with Craig Jones and everything that they worked on works. Like, he could knock out Bilal Muhammad. Even a knockout bet at 4-1 for Jack Della Maddalena, I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm going pretty heavy on Bilal Muhammad. in a lock parlay to cover my ass. We're going to take it over the hedge with Jack Della Maddalena by knockout. Guarantee yourself some money in Montreal. Round 2. I know the numbers don't always work out, but it's kind of crazy that he could get his 5th knockout in round 2 to make Bilal fall to 5-2 by knockout. So MMA Husky Hustler, I'm pretty sure you're on Bilal Muhammad. I kind of want to know what you're thinking on this fight, where you see it going, how the props or what was I trying to say? What props would you play on this fight maybe? What ones do you think have value? Because I don't know if this is the best value prop, but I'm playing it, and I got to play it as a hedge. So what do you think? Round 2?
Yeah, look, obviously being an Australian, I want Jack to go out there and put on a good display for our country. It'd be amazing to have him and Alex as champion at the same time. In regards to your play, look, if Jack's going to win, we all see the knockout. And is it going to be coming early or late? I think you're right. I think it comes early. An interesting one that I was sort of looking at is you got the knockout round 2, 3, 4, paying around $6.25 just to hedge your bet there just a little bit.
What sports book is that? What sports book is that for everyone?
Sports bet. Whether you get that in Canada, probably not. But here down under, we have that on sports bet.
Okay.
Have a look at which betting apps you have. A lot of them will have similar sort of plays like that. They may even have round 2, 3, 4 without the KO, but it might juice your odds there a little bit. I think if Jack's going to win, he gets the knockout. We see sort of like a bit of an upset like last week with Bo Nickel. Everyone's seeing Bilal being, the dominant champion. He's going to go out there. He's going to grind out a decision. But as we know, anything can and will happen inside that octagon. So
100%.
At those prices, being that is definitely an avenue that he could take the fight, why not go for it?
13-1 is a good number.
And like you said, you're hedging your bet with the lock parlay. So if it doesn't go right for you, well, you're going to win on the other end.
Yeah, I got 15 units on Bilal money line. And then I think it's like 2 units on Jack round 2 KO. So either way, we're going to break even, right? So you don't want to lose money betting. That's the worst case Ontario. And we're in Quebec, Montreal. We're going to make this money.
That's right,
so,
mate.
I got a parlay too.
What it is about Bilal, why people don't take him seriously. Is it because he reminds people of the burrito and sausage party? No, I'm being serious, because every time I see that guy, I'm like, I don't know if I can take this guy seriously, because it just reminds me of that animated movie.
Well, my thing might be his identity. Like he's American, born American, but his true identity might be Palestine or whatever, right? So his true identity, I don't know if anyone can truly get behind him. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's very cringe too of some of the things he comes out with. But whether
it's hard to get behind him. Like he supports Palestine, but he's from America. So like he's supporting that aspect of the fight. But he's American. It's tough. He doesn't have like a true identity. And like not a true following
here in Australia, we're
fans.
Very multicultural.
Yeah, so in Canada, it's very multicultural. Yeah, like it doesn't matter in Canada. You see people from everywhere. But like just like a normal broad fan base, you just see Bilal. He's American.
That is
like,
a good point. And
if Bilal was from Palestine,
yeah,
like I feel like he doesn't have enough support. Like just because his ancestors are from Palestine or wherever, he just doesn't have the support or like the recognition or even the credibility. People don't give him credibility for the work he's done. The win streak. Like he's actually looked good in each and every fight. He's never really struggled. Like he doesn't have a fan base behind him, a supporting community behind him. He just doesn't have that identity. And I'm going to pick him. I'm going to trust him in this fight versus Jack Della Maddalena. I've picked against him before against Leon Edwards, but he proved to me in that fight he can get the takedowns, and his takedowns are very nice. Very nice. I don't think Jack can wrestle.
10 wins in a row, and one of them was a no contest. I mean,
eye poke, eye poke. Hey.
I mean, he's a very cerebral fighter, and a lot of people don't give him credit for that. He knows when to stand in the pocket. He knows when to mix up the wrestling. He knows when to go to the ground. He's very cerebral, and I don't think he gets a lot of credit for that, obviously, because he's a lot of decisions. Now, we saw the knockout against Sean Brady. That was amazing, but hey, what have you done for me lately? You know, we live in the world of Conor McGregor's. We want to see knockouts every fight. So he's a little bit overlooked. And you are correct. He does live in America. In America, they're very much like America, fuck yeah. Whereas other countries like Canada, Australia, we embrace other cultures where Americans are very much like, if you're not behind our flag, then we're not interested.
Yeah, so like that's why I mentioned Palestine, because I don't know if he's fully American or is he fully like a different country. Like, who is he identified as? He tries to do both.
Maybe he identifies as a burrito.
Yeah, he's definitely both. Like, the ancestry is there. He's living and training in the States. He pays his respect. He is a really respectful fighter as well. So other than like the identity and stuff, you look for fighter for fighter. Bilal Muhammad, in my opinion, is a wrestler with a well-rounded game. And Jack Della Maddalena is a boxer at heart. He's looking to strike. I'm worried about the split decision with Kevin Holland. Him losing majority of the fight with Gilbert Burns and then finding the shot. If he can't get the boxing going, he's going to get taken down, controlled, and probably lose the fight. That's why I locked in Bilal Muhammad. Crazy enough, I locked him in, but that's why I did it. You know what I'm saying? So, knockout or bust for Jack Della Maddalena. He didn't really earn his way, fight the best of the best, where Leon Edwards, Sean Brady, those are pretty high-level guys. Sean Brady looks incredible right now off that win to Leon Edwards, and Bilal knocked him out. He knocked out Gilbert Burns. No, he didn't. He beat him by a decision, but he was piecing up Gilbert Burns on the feet. Gilbert got hurt, though.
He did actually knock out Gilbert.
He did?
Yeah, it was a late round knockout.
Was it?
He came back for a fair bit of adversity there.
Okay. I don't remember him finishing Gilbert. But Gilbert was hurt in that fight. And I bet Gilbert. And honestly, I bet against Jack Della Maddalena against I took Kevin Holland. I took Gilbert Burns. And I put a pretty good bet on them. So I don't know if this is like biasy trying to go against them. You know what I'm saying? But I really want Jack to lose. I know you're Australian. You want him to win. I know you do. At heart, you want this Australian.
Deep down, I do. I won't lie. If Jack and Alex were champions at the same time, that would be amazing for MMA here in Australia. But you got to give some credit to the guy. I mean, has he won like something like, how many fights has he won in a row?
17.
17.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
how can you deny that this guy's got talent?
A lot of close fights. Like the Kevin Holland fight. The Kevin Holland fight is just like, ugh. I don't know if you can, like, if you're going to fight like that against a guy like Bilal Muhammad.
True. But another way on the other side of the coin is if you look at the Gilbert Burns fight, he came back from adversity and won. So if he's going up against Bilal, we know he's going to get taken down. We know he's going to get controlled at some point.
And it's a split second.
Does he have the fire there to come back? And if he can come back from adversity, which is what he's shown, he can do it again in the championship rounds. So
what you're saying is you're basically saying Bilal could win 6 minutes of the fight and Jack Della Maddalena could win 1 minute and then end up the winner, which I completely agree, bro.
Potentially.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I think that is accurate as fuck. That is accurate.
I don't see him grinding out a decision against Bilal.
It would be hard to. The cardio of Bilal looks pretty good. I wouldn't want to go against that or bet against it, have my money against Bilal's cardio. I would want my money against Bilal's chin, his not determination, but his durability, right? So he's going to be determined to stay in the fight, but if he gets hit with the power that Jack Della Maddalena possesses, it's over. And we know that.
Agreed.
We know that. Yeah, we know that. So I think we talked about Jack Della Maddalena and Bilal Muhammad for 10 minutes. Let's hear your value prop because it is fucking unreal. I love it.
Ooh,
it's a heater, bro.
Now, looking at the fight, originally I'm thinking, look, we've got another decision. 50% of the time with Jessica, she's so hit and miss. I mean, the fight will go the decisions or it'll be finished in the second or third round. I think with Jasmine, she's got real chance to pull off that sub. I think that Jessica's got enough in her that she's going to survive the first round. She's very tough. If you look at the odds, it's worth the squeeze. Like the sub is live. So if the potential's there, round 2, 3, let's not just pick round 2. Let's not just pick round 3. Let's just cover that.
I know, eh?
Jessica's going to get out of the first round. She's a tough lady. Jasmine picks up the submission, round 2, 3, based on her wrestling and ground control. Jessica, when she gets to the ground, sometimes she can be overwhelmed. So the sub's live, and why not have a go at it?
I want to take a go at it. I think she will win a decision, but in Canada, because it's in Canada, she can wear down Andrade. Andrade, the wear and tear in her career, we've seen her start to fade as well. And I think Jasmine can capitalize for sure in Canada. Round 2 or 3, though, because round 1, it should be pretty close. I think Jasmine's going to be super, super defensive round 1. So then round 2, she'll get her reads and maybe find that finish, like you said.
And look, Jasmine's camp's not silly. They'll know, look, Andrade's, like, she's deadly early on. She can knock you out. Careful first
100%.
round, implement our game plan. Round 2, 3, take over. Like,
yeah, and it'll be the takedowns, control time, submission attempts that really wear down a girl like Jessica Andrade. And the submission, it really should unfold in round 2 or 3, like you said, plus 560. Is that correct?
Let's have a look at the latest odds.
Yeah, please do, because that is crazy odds for round 2 or 3. Jasmine, Jazz, you Vicious in Canada. Now, Jessica Andrade is fading. This is a step up in competition as well for Jasmine, Jazz, Vicious at the right time. I've talked about that. Like, some of these fighters get a step up in competition at the right time. They pass the test. This is another one by the matchmakers.
Have a guess what the odds are now.
Current odds, round 2 or 3 submission. It should be like $5, $4.
$7.
Odds went up.
Odds have gone up. So
wow,
even more worth it.
It is. I'm gonna have to find a bookie that lets me do that kind of bet, because I can only do round 2 submission, and then I can do a bet on round 3 submission. Like, I can't get the round 2 and 3 submission combined on Bet365, on Betway, on Stake. And I have no other bookies available that I'm currently like enrolled in or anything like that. So I'm gonna have to find something, create a new account. Tell you,
man? Here in Australia, we've just got the best of everything.
Well, I'm coming to Australia soon enough, and I'm gonna get a bookie there. Maybe you can make the bet for me.
Potentially. Why not?
And I can send you the money.
Sure, you can send me money. Anyone else that's listening, I'm happy to take your donations as well.
Yeah, now the $100 giveaway. I seen you enter. I seen you enter again. Now, Bryn Ray has not entered yet.
I did notice Bryn Ray wasn't in there this week, and I'm like,
nope.
What's happening?
She told me she's not going to enter. She's won 3 in a row. She does not want to enter. She wants someone else
Really?
new to win. Yeah, I'm gonna give out $100.
Okay.
Someone new. Someone will win. There's this guy, and I swear, he has made 7 to 10 YouTube channels and commented a parlay, bro. And it's the same guy. 7 to 10
So that he
different
can
channels.
win.
Yes, I swear.
So what happened? Yeah, well, I mean, it's not going to work out when he gives the bank account. It's his name, and each one it goes. Hang on, you've got like 7 or 8 channels, mate.
But
I
like the
love his
highest odds
commitment.
will win.
Yeah. Mate,
But
he
someone made
obviously
like
has a bit
10
of time in
channels.
his day.
Hey, I'm up 10
I personally have
subscribers.
better things to do, but,
I'm up 10
but that's okay.
subscribers.
Look, my husky's winning it this weekend anyway, so she's
He
already
will.
told
I
me.
have faith in you because you're a one-time winner looking for your second win. And when I hit
Hey,
1,000
I've come
subscribers,
close. I've come close 2 other times.
you
I
did.
was only just 1 leg off, and it was, but yeah. But we'll
Like
get there again.
some people in the comments, I don't know if they're like real, if they want to be serious. And then when you messaged me, it was like, okay, just someone else messaging me. And then we started talking. And then I realized you're actually like a good fella. You're legit about this. And like you might poke fun at the bear, but you're still like you're a true guy. And I like that a lot. Like talking serious business, getting down to business, which is what it's all about. A lot of people are just shooting the shit, but you know what you're saying. And I trust in what you're saying. You've been a winner before. Like sometimes I just don't know who's real and who's not. I feel like you're a real guy. I don't bring people
Appreciate it.
on very often. I don't follow people very often, but you're someone that I follow, I subscribe to, I'm going to hype up, and I appreciate you so much. You made me an unreal intro video for this as well. I can't thank you enough, MMA Husky Hustler. You're a good friend to me now in the community, and that will not change. The relationship's going to grow from here, brother, and thank you very much. I just want to say
You're
that right
welcome,
now.
sir.
It like means a lot. So the $100 giveaway, I have it here now on the screen. You just got to comment your lock parlay on my YouTube video. I do a full card prediction video each and every week. Plus 100 odds or above is the requirement. No chalk. Don't give me Natalia Silva by a decision. Don't do it. Just
Husky's
kidding.
already done that.
You got to parlay it if you do. And use the hashtag F3. Just the hashtag F3 lets me know who's entering the giveaway, basically. And the winner gets $100. In a tiebreaker, we have multiple winners. The best odds will get the win. MMA Husky Hustler has got the win before. Bryn Ray won 3 times. So she's taking a break. MMA Husky Hustler probably going to win this week, but there's still a lot of other people entering. Someone else could win. It's open for anyone to win. You just got to give me your lock parlay. Husky Hustler, I think we just gave out all the value props, main card props, prelim props that we have. I thanked you for everything that you've done. Now let's do a quick recap on the props of the week, ones that you're confident in, ones that you would parlay, maybe some parlays just on the money line you want to do or something like that. Your favorite underdog of the week. Let us know. It's your time to shine. Cheers, buddy. Whenever you're ready.
Apologies there. We just had a bit of a lag in the feed.
Yeah, and sorry for the lags. I'm using the laptop. I'm going to buy a full desktop computer. Things should run a lot smoother. But I'm in Canada, Prince Edward Island, Canada, and Husky Hustler is in Australia. Where's your location? Exact.
Brisbane, Australia.
So yeah, there's some distance between us. You got to expect a little lag for the show. It is what it is. First ever live stream. I thought it went pretty good. So let's give us a recap. Husky Hustler, you got the props ready to get paid. What ones would you maybe parlay together? You got Al Makan by a decision. Do you have another decision that's like Zahabi
Yeah,
decision, Al Makan decision?
I mean, if you wanted to play it smart, you could do Zahabi and Brad Katona, both to go the distance. What would that come out to?
Yeah, just the fight in general to go the distance would be a good bet. Yeah. You must be able
Look,
to
the
double
first,
up there.
let's have a look. All right.
I'm going to have to buy another quart for tomorrow. We're getting down there.
Right. All right. So if we just put 1 unit on Zahabi and Brad Katona, both just to go the distance,
Yeah.
that's paying $1.76. But
Chalk.
but
I need plus
I'm
money, man. I need plus money. You know me.
look.
If
I'm
I'm
fairly
putting
confident
1,000
in you.
down, here's the rule of thumb, Husky Hustler. If you're going to bet $1,000, a very confident play for you, you got to double up. At least. Bare minimum. Bare minimum.
So what I would do with this, I would
What you
add
got?
I would add Sterling. Now,
Oh, yes.
but
Oh, yes.
I just put Sterling money line.
Isn't he from
And
New
that
Zealand?
he is from New Zealand, so I guess I'm sort of following my boy from
He's still your
City
boy.
Cockboxing.
He's still your boy.
That comes to $2.31. $100 to win $131.67. Not bad.
That is an easy double up for any sharp bettors. That is the play of the day. Easily. I think between me and you, Navajo Sterling, Jasmine Jazz Udavicius are the two most confident picks on the card.
Ooh. Well, you could debate that you've got Benoit Saint Denis, but
Ooh,
being
Saint
that
Denis
he's
short
paying
notice.
sure, yeah, but look, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. It's like he's paying $1.10 for the win just on the money line. I think everyone's the consensus that he's going to get the Canadian out of there pretty quick. So if you looked at inside the distance, I mean, you're not getting much for that either. $1.20.
What's round one? Benoit Saint Denis.
Round one. Let's have a quick look at that one.
I think he said it was $1.90.
$1.90. That's not too bad, but
that's not bad. I can get $1.95.
$1.95. There you go.
Parlay it.
I don't know if I would.
I know.
Off his last 2 losses, there's a bit of unknown here. There's too much unknown. We've got a fighter that's coming in at short notice, nothing to lose in front of a Canadian crowd, too many variables. There's better bets to be placed. If you wanted to play it safer than something that's as risky as this, look, should it happen? Probably. But there's a lot of overs in this card. And if you looked at, for instance, just looking down from the main event, Valentina, Jose Aldo, Natalie. So if you just said, look, over 1.5 for each one of them or over 2.5 rounds, once again, put $100 on it, you're walking away with some money.
Would you play the under 1.5 for Saint Denis and the short notice Kyle? What's his last name? Preplik?
That's not too bad.
I think under 1.5, like I would say round one, Saint Denis. Takedown, submission, easy work. He could play it on the feet, but obviously the easiest path to victory is on the ground here. Early round 2 for Saint Denis.
Bet 365 has it at $1.50. So
see, this fight kind of reminds me of like Ikram Aliskerov coming back from the Robert Whittaker knockout. People were kind of thinking, including myself, round 2. But he just went out there round 1 and got it done, right? So I'm not sure if this will be a fight that he just walks in there, boom, quick and over.
There's too many variables for me.
There is a lot of variables. So you shouldn't put
I don't like to
heavy
take as
money
much
on it.
risk. I'm more of a high probability, break it down. So that, for instance, like you've got Jack winning round 2, and I'm like, yeah, that could happen. But then I look at it, go, what about 2, 3, 4, just in case? Like,
you're best to be
so,
safe, right? Like, be safe, guarantee yourself some cash. But obviously, if you're hitting the round 2 prop KO, you're gonna get more credibility. Like a round 2 KO for Navajo Sterling, like that's a snipe. If we can call that, I'm sure people are gonna follow along, give us some credibility. So sometimes when I take a pick, like last week, Jeremy Stevens, he was a 6-1 underdog, right? Now he was unlikely to win, unexpected to win, but if he would have won, I would have been the only one picking him to win. He went to a unanimous decision. He didn't look that bad. He had a fighter's chance. He had a puncher's chance. I still think it was a good pick, a good bet. Other people might be like, oh, he lost. It was not worth a fuck. Well, he was $6. He went to a decision. Like, he might have won a couple minutes of that fight. Honestly, Stevens looked pretty good. So
no, there's a difference between predicting and betting. Now, you may predict someone to win, but the odds are screaming at you to bet the other way. And an example of that is, like, you've got a lot of fights this week that are potentially going to decision. So you think, well, yes, this fighter's predicted to win, but the odds are better for the other fighter to win. So, for instance, Sahabi, hometown favorite, like, higher volume. Aldo's missed weight, not looking fantastic. Why would you go put, he's paying $2.05 for the decision, whereas Sahabi's $3.50. So why not put the money on Sahabi for that decision when we already before the weigh-ins it was 50-50 anyway? So there's predicting and then there's betting, 2 separate things at times.
Yeah, and that's tough when we're in our position trying to give out a pick, a play, a bet at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So you got to manage the bankroll, most importantly, at the end of the day, right?
Play it safe. If you want to play a riskier one and go, you know what, I might do Valentina via decision. She is the champion. We know it's going the distance. And hedge your money that you pick, maybe just some sure things in the background that, it's going to go over 1.5 rounds in these fights for sure. Win your money back. If you lose, you've lost nothing. But
so Valentina
wins. Hey, you're up on the day.
She's my underdog of the week, Valentina Shevchenko.
So I do a underdog play video on the Husky Hustler every week. You may have noticed it was Matrix themed this week, and we picked Valentina, I think, last Sunday after the UFC. Nice. So we were onto it pretty quick. I sort of pride myself getting my dog of the week videos out before everyone else. That way there can be no
you are on YouTube,
copying or
YouTube. Are you on Instagram, Twitter?
No, at the moment we're just doing YouTube. So we do 2 videos a week. One will be a dog of the week video, a little bit of fun. There's not much commentary in that. We let it speak for itself. Obviously, me and my Husky pick a fighter that we think has a real chance of winning.
And it's straight to the point.
Exactly. If you want to hear the breakdowns as to why I believe that fighter has a chance of winning, my full card prediction video comes in later in the week, and you can get a chance to look at it then.
And I have looked at a couple. I've liked what I've seen so far. The dog of the week, it was quick, straight to the point. I think it was a 2-minute video, and you just gave me the information right away. So do what I did. Subscribe to the MMA Husky Hustler. Help his following out, like his videos, comment, help with the algorithm, like this video, like the live stream, the first ever, comment below. And how are we going to end the show? The live stream, Husky. I'm gonna have a shot. But is there anything else we should talk about? I mean, I think on the weigh-ins and face-offs, there was one thing I wanted to talk about with everybody: the Bruno Silva weight miss.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that real quick. I'm gonna have a shot. So you started
You want
off.
me to go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Weigh-ins. Bruno Silva missed weight, and he didn't look like he knew what was going on. He came in. They said, "You've missed weight." He automatically asked for the box of shame so that he could get down strip naked. And they're like, "Well, you still haven't made weight." Looked as them in absolute confusion. I mean, I don't know how much your underwear weighs, but I doubt it's going to take a couple of pounds off. Um, yeah, I don't think he's all there with it. I think he's had a terrible weight cut. Um, he didn't. He's already come out and said, "I don't want to be in there anymore." Like, unfortunately for some people, especially fighters, that's what they know. It's the only thing they can do. Yeah, at what point does it become a health issue? Hopefully not for him, but I think he's on his way out.
Yeah, and he has a lot more wear and tear on the body at this point in his career. Both fighters, 35 years old. Marc-Andre Barriault has a lot less fights, a lot less wear and tear. His cardio's been good. He went to round 3 with Fluffy Hernandez before getting submitted.
That's saying a lot.
That is saying a lot. He was looking all right in that fight, potentially on his way to win, I think. Like, he wasn't looking bad. It was gonna be a split decision. Is that correct? Like, he was making that fight close, and then he did get submitted round 3, right? But in this fight, Bruno Silva
going on for a decision, but it was closely contested. It was a lot closer than I anticipated. So he did well. Yeah.
So with that being said, I don't think Bruno Silva can come in here, do enough to get the win. He's lost 4 in a row. Now the motivation's there, but like you said, it might not be there at all. In Canada, I'm going with the Canadian, Marc-Andre Barriault, to get this one done by a decision.
He's definitely got how I put, and he's got more of a pressure-based style, which I just don't think is a good recipe for Bruno Silva at the moment. As you mentioned, coming off those, looking terrible on at the weigh-ins.
But he doesn't get finished. He doesn't get finished. So we could look at the props, play this one, Marc-Andre Barriault by a decision. Now, if we can get plus money, I would play this maybe one of my heaviest bets. And I can't believe I didn't give it out as a prop of the week. Wow.
Well, in my predictions video, I did predict that Mark would win by decision.
Same.
I did contemplate, is this my prop play for the prelims? But
it should have been.
After the weigh-ins, I'm like, I can just see that there could be a knockout.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
So the knockout's $3 and the decision is $3.50. So the bookies are more likely to the finish by knockout for Marc-Andre Barriault. You're getting more value with the decision if you still want to play it.
No, it's a good play. I totally agree.
It is.
And like I said, I had it predicted on my channel during the week, but weigh-ins just put me a little bit off. But as you mentioned, he's never been knocked out. So, but
yeah, looking at the long race, the long term of Bruno Silva, he's hard to finish. The only guy to finish him was Brendan Allen by his submission. There's no submission happening. So, I mean, probably a decision. Most of the money seems to be going on Marc-Andre Barriault by knockout.
Yeah.
So I think the
last
decision is the play here.
He had was against Brendan Allen. Now, Brendan Allen's a step up in competition.
Massive.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, I like Barriault plus 250 by a decision. It's the second most likely outcome for him to win, and I think it's going to smack. I can't believe I didn't give it out. That's actually good value because he's a favorite. I mean, he's a slight favorite. I thought he'd be a bigger favorite on the money line, didn't you?
I think because he's coming off so many losses himself.
Like the chin is questionable?
Yeah.
I can see that. I kind of predicted him having a questionable chin. Bruno could knock him out, but it's like
he could. Another good play to look at this one, having looked at Bruno on the weigh-ins, if you do live betting, if it gets to the second round, mark. Like, throw down on mark because Bruno's going to fade.
Yeah, 100%. I like live betting on hockey, basketball, but I've never been successful betting live on the UFC. Never.
It's not something I do regularly.
I've never really done it either. Yeah.
There's just some fights that, like, for instance, Conor McGregor. Like, we all know Conor McGregor's got 2 rounds in him. That's it. So if he ain't dusting you in the first round, hey, may pay to put the money on the other guy. He comes out strong. He looks good in the first round. On the scorecards, he's winning. The odds are against his opponent. So it's just certain times that you look to play it.
Yeah. I don't normally play it. And I'm not like watching the fight and like, oh, I need to rebet this. I like to have my bets locked in beforehand, really. Like if you don't know what you're doing before the fight, you shouldn't be watching the fight and changing your pick, right? So you should know what you're doing before the fight starts.
Agreed.
Yeah, 100%. And you're locked in this week. You gave me some great plays, gave the people some great plays, and you'll be back for some more, I would say.
Most definitely.
Yeah. You're the co-host this week. Probably going to be the co-host. I would like to do it next week, even if it's a fight night. Doesn't matter if it's a pay-per-view. I think the live stream is a good idea. Going live with a co-host. It's nice to go back and forth and have 2 different opinions. So for that end video each and every week, I'd love to go live with MMA Husky Hustler. Even the odd week, maybe have a different special guest and do a video. Prop Fiends, focused on the props, focused on making some money. This week we're in Montreal, and I couldn't be happier to have the MMA Husky Hustler by my side.
It's been a privilege to
100%,
be on the first live stream. Thank you very much. And yeah, maybe in the following weeks, following sort of cards, we could look to add some parlays in there, mate. So
yeah, 100%. This week it was kind of late starting, and I think the video went pretty good, but instead of talking about random stuff, we could have a segment just for parlays, have some parlays made up ahead of time to give to the people.
that sounds good. Yep.
Yeah, sounds great, mate. So next week, we're doing the Prop Fiends. Stay forecasted.